This evening, Minister of Local Government and Regional Development requests administrative leave amid serious allegations. Son allegedly fatally stabs father over food on Father's Day. Government takes action against songbird smugglers, penalizes wildlife traffickers. In the region, Haiti famine threat, food shortages and gang crime on the rise. And internationally, grieving families mourn for Uganda's school attack victims. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for June 19, 2023. I am Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. Minister of Local Government and Regional Development Nigel Darmlal has voluntarily requested to take administrative leave amid serious allegations of sexual exploitation and rape. President Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali confirmed that he granted Darmlal's request after being contacted. The allegations, which surfaced on social media last week, have been denied by Darmlal, who is urging authorities to investigate the claims made by a 16-year-old girl thoroughly. In response to the situation, President Ali emphasized a zero-tolerance policy towards such behavior and pledged a comprehensive investigation once an official complaint is lodged. In the meantime, Minister Darmlal has engaged the services of the Hughes, Fields and Stobie law firm to protect his interests in light of the allegations. A statement issued by the law firm on his behalf stated, "The allegations of misconduct by Minister Nigel Darmlal, which first surfaced in social media last week, now appear to have attracted the attention of the Guyana Police Force and the Child Care and Protection Agency. Mr. Darmlal has retained the services of a firm of attorneys at law to represent him and protect his interests. Mr. Darmlal remains willing and disposed to assist in a full investigation of the matter. All allegations are denied. In the interest of a fair investigation and the necessity to protect the interests of all parties concerned, we urge that speculations on wild accusations, premature judgments, and unsupported conclusions be avoided. Until further advice by his attorneys, no further statements will be issued by or on behalf of Mr. Darmlal," the statement read. Police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the alleged murder of a laborer at Seafield Sophia, Georgetown on Sunday, June 18th. Dead is 47-year-old Ian Hernandez of Seafield Sophia, who was fatally stabbed allegedly by his 20-year-old son, who had been taken into custody. Enquiries disclosed that the victim, of Venezuelan national, and his son, who allegedly suffers from a mental illness, had an argument over food at around 11:30 p.m. on Sunday. The son subsequently armed himself with a knife and stabbed his father in the back of his left thigh. An alarm was raised by the victim's wife, causing the suspect to be detained with the knife in his possession. While EMT from Alberton Fire Service responded to the scene, the victim was pronounced dead. One stab wound was observed to the back left thigh. No other wounds were observed on his body. The deceased was escorted to the Memorial Gardens Funeral Home awaiting a post-mortem examination. Meanwhile, the son remains in custody as investigations continue. Wildlife trafficking, the illegal trade of wild animals and plants, harms species populations, ecosystem functioning, and the economy. In Guyana, songbirds are frequently targeted by smugglers. Recent incidents involve several individuals who were caught attempting to smuggle songbirds out of Guyana. They were penalized in accordance with the Wildlife Conservation and Management Act of 2016. In each case, the birds were cruelly concealed. There is often a high mortality rate when the birds are removed from the containers or devices in which they are concealed. The Guyana Wildlife Conservation and Management Commission commends the work of the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit and the Guyana Police Force for their involvement in intercepting these smugglers. They look forward to continued collaboration as they attempt to stamp out the scourge of wildlife trafficking. Also, they take this opportunity to encourage persons wishing to export any species of wildlife to obtain the necessary license and permit to do so. Stick around when we return. Ministry of Health launches professional nursing training program, and the Guyana introduces Mobile Money Guyana for convenient old age pension delivery.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Smart Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized gear, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. At Smart Minds, register for full-time or evening classes, daily practice pass exam papers for proficiency at the grade 2, 4, and 6 assessment, and CXE exam preparedness. Or join our Becca Phonics reading and writing program. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. Here's credit. And today, all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all of these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, five spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you don't know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, dark seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radical went to the supermarket and she proper buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. He shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome back. Earlier today, the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security introduced a new initiative to enhance the delivery of old age pensions in Guyana. The service, called Mobile Money Guyana, offers beneficiaries the opportunity to receive their pensions through a digital wallet. With MMG, senior citizens now have an additional convenient method to access their pension, reducing long lines and waiting time. The digital wallet allows pensioners to receive their full pension digitally and transact direct from it. The new delivery system enables pensioners to cash out their pensions at over 1,000 agents nationwide, spread across all 10 administrative regions. Pensioners will also have 24/7 access to their MMG wallet, providing flexibility and convenience. Pensioners who wish to utilize the MMG service can register at the Ministry's office or through upcoming registration campaigns. The registration process requires individuals to provide identification. Those interested in setting up an MMG account can visit any of the nationwide agents, the MMG office at 69 Brickdam, or complete the process online. In a significant step towards addressing the shortages of nurses in Guyana, the Ministry of Health Science Education Division officially launched the Professional Nursing Training Program in partnership with PAHU, WHO, and Coursera. The launch occurred this morning at the Ministry's boardroom in Brickdam, Georgetown. The three-year training program aims to equip 1,160 students from all 10 administrative regions of Guyana with the necessary skills and knowledge to become registered nurses. This marks a substantial increase from the previous annual intake of 250 individuals. The program adopts a hybrid approach, incorporating online learning through the Coursera platform and practical training. The initiative intends to bridge the gap in the nursing profession and complement the ongoing infrastructure developments being carried out by the government. With the growing demand for healthcare services, the expanded nursing training program will strengthen the healthcare workforce and improve access to quality care across the country. The launching ceremony was attended by key stakeholders, including Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, and Director General at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Vishwa Mahadio, and other representatives. Don't go away after the break. Grieving family mourns for Uganda's school attack victims, and a real conversation. Blinken has constructive talks in China.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. He is Credit, and today all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and poise cake. For the noodles, all these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, white spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you who don't know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, dark seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies barbecue sauce. Radhika went to the supermarket and she papa buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. He shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Smart Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized care, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. At Smart Minds, register for full-time or evening classes, daily practice pass exam papers for proficiency at the grade 2, 4, and 6 assessment, and CXE exam preparedness. Or join our Becca Phonics reading and writing program. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Crow Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Welcome back. Now let's take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. Food is becoming increasingly hard to find for many in Haiti. The World Food Programme says half the population face acute shortages. As armed gangs tighten their grip on the streets, talks aimed at ending the long-running crisis have again failed. Al Jazeera's John Holman reports.
There have been more civilians killed in Haiti than Ukraine in the first months of 2023, according to the United Nations World Food Programme. Powerful gangs are battling overmatched police in the streets of the capital, Port-au-Prince. In the middle, the population. Exclandia Belizaire lives in Cité Soleil, an epicentre of the violence. Her stepfather was shot dead on her doorstep. Now she's worried about her daughters.
Look at all the bullet holes at my door and my ceiling. I ask for help so my daughters can go to the school. I don't want them to be at the streets exposed to the criminals. They are girls.
Sexual violence is rife in Haiti. Gangs use rape to cow and control the population in their domains. And their grip is only tightening. The United Nations estimates that 80% of the capital is run by criminal groups. It's affecting access to food. Half of all Haitians now face acute food insecurity, more than in Somalia and Afghanistan, says the World Food Programme. Famine itself has arrived in Cité Soleil. The red on the tape indicates that this child is severely malnourished.
I would say that people have been starved in Port-au-Prince. It's definitely been the case here that armed groups have been isolating parts of Port-au-Prince. They've been using siege tactics, and that's entirely unacceptable. In rural areas, what's going on is that these gangs are fighting for farmland and they're fighting for their food sources.
That includes Haiti's breadbasket, the Artibonite, affecting the food supply even more. Merchant Adania Pies was kidnapped on her way to market.
They told us they were going to kill us. They didn't give us food or water for days and they blindfolded us. It was so tight that it hurt our eyes. The money that I borrowed is now worrying me a lot. People who lend me money ask me now to pay them back. They took a loan at the bank for me. Now I stay at home. I don't know what to do.
Recently, heavy rains have also struck Haiti, turning thousands out of their homes. A fresh blow to a country already suffering. John Holman, Al Jazeera.
Internationally, funerals are being held for some of the 41 victims of Friday's school attack in Uganda. Most were students who were shot, hacked to death, or burned beyond recognition near the border with the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Al Jazeera's Katrina Soy reports.
Relatives of students who were killed in Lubiriha Secondary School are in mourning. They've come to look for their children at the morgue. Girls were hacked to death with machetes. The boys were burned alive when fighters from the Allied Democratic Forces threw a petrol bomb into their dormitory. Some students are missing.
We just heard very early in the morning yesterday that the school is burnt and some students have been taken. So ours, we have not yet identified whether is among those ones who were taken or is among those who were burnt. So we are still waiting for results.
Most family members have identified the students. This family is taking the body of their daughter home. Everyone here is in shock. Back at the school, this is what remains of the boys' dormitory. Witnesses say the students put up a brave fight and refused to open the door in the midst of gunfire. Some Ugandans say this is an embarrassing security lapse by the military, which is supposed to protect such borders.
There are very many unanswered questions that I need government to answer today. We have thousands of UPDF officers in DRC Congo in the name of securing Uganda.
Security forces have increased their presence in the town. The army is pursuing the attackers who are said to have fled into the Virunga National Park in neighboring Democratic Republic of Congo. The Allied Democratic Forces armed group is based in eastern DRC.
Please do not panic. Our children are safe and they will remain safe. They are evil people and they are trying to harm our children, but they will not manage.
Right now, these mourners are still trying to process what happened and why. Catherine Soy, Al Jazeera, Nairobi.
And finally, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken held candid, substantive and constructive talks with Chinese Foreign Minister Qin Gang in Beijing. The State Department said Sunday's talks marked the start of the highest level trip by a U.S. official to China in nearly 5 years as the rival superpowers aim to stabilize strained relations. Al Jazeera's Catherine Yu reports.
The U.S. Secretary of State on what he says is a mission to open lines of communication between Washington and Beijing. Antony Blinken met Foreign Minister Qin Gang for talks and a working dinner on Sunday. The highest-ranking U.S. official to visit in 5 years, Blinken's trip follows concerns that mounting tensions between the two sides could spiral into conflict. In recent weeks, Washington has accused the People's Liberation Army of unsafe maneuvers by military jets and warships in the South China Sea. China cut military communications with the U.S. after former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan in August. China considers the self-ruled island Chinese territory and opposes any official contact between Washington and Taipei. The Chinese are also protesting U.S. sanctions imposed on Defense Minister Li Shangfu following the purchase of Russian weapons in 2018. Another point of contention, restrictions on Chinese technology companies due to security and human rights concerns. Concerns Beijing has dismissed as attempts to contain Chinese progress and economic growth.
The problem from the Chinese side is that they see these words as not being fully backed up with actions, right? So on the one hand, you've got these kind of positive signals from the president and a number of senior officials. On the other hand, the U.S. still appears to be kind of marshalling its allies to stymie China, to cut it off from key technology.
In turn, China has tightened its own national security, launching investigations into several U.S. consultancy firms and banning sales of the U.S. chip company Micron. Blinken's visit was initially planned for February, but postponed after the shooting down of a suspected Chinese spy balloon.
Expectations are low for any breakthrough, though analysts say some dialogue is better than none. Despite deep distrust on both sides, it's hoped Blinken's visit will pave the way for more high-level meetings and a meeting between Presidents Xi Jinping and Joe Biden later this year.
They last met in November on the sidelines of the G20 summit in Indonesia. But before another is planned, Beijing will look for assurances that Washington is committed to putting relations back on track, as the Chinese describe it, and respecting what they say are China's core interests. Katrina Yu, Al Jazeera, Beijing.
This brings us to the end of our regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day weather forecast. That's the Safe TV 2 headline news for this Monday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for our rebroadcast and in the evening at 7 for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.